to elaborate on why I've been missing in action for the last month or so. Of late I've been involved with a new business adventure, so that's kept me busy and away from my video making duties. And today, taking a well-deserved trip to the south coast for a bit of coastal foraging. Hoping the weather holds out, we'll get onto some snails and urchins, follow through with an awesome catch and cook. So as for now, it's still a bit of a drive. We'll see you all back when we're at the spot. Okie dokie, so we're at one of my favourite foraging grounds, and what we're targeting today is some sea urchin and some sea snails or periwinkles. Let's get my gloves on, and it looks like we're off to a good start today. Because the spot we're at right now, don't have to travel too far. There's a couple right here. Okay. Come on. There we go. Urchin. So that's a little bit smaller. These small ones actually have a lot more meat than these larger ones here. So that's two lovely sea urchins. A lovely periwinkle right here. Just bring it real close up there. Here's another wild food gathered by the seashore. Just bring it in for a comment. This is sea lettuce, and it's pretty awesome tucker. I've just grabbed some of this to jar it up, bring some home. I might have some here, yeah, because I absolutely love this stuff here. Open up the jar. Now it's got a bit of sand and grit in it, but it's not a problem. So we'll give this a little later, and it's going to be absolutely lovely. Okay, so I'm just going to call it a day foraging now. I think we've got a pretty good result. Let's bring you in for a close up on there. A result there, just that up. So just enough for a feed. Bring some sea urchin home for the family. So right about now I'm going to start processing these sea urchin just to make the trip home a lot lighter, and then we'll cook up the snails on the beach. See all that lovely sea urchin roe there. Scoop that out. Now this is the biggest one that we have, but I can assure you, when you compare it to the smaller one actually has more roe in comparison. Alright, let's drop that there. We won't bring that home, make the trip home a lot lighter. So I've set up my alfresco kitchen and just waiting for the coals to heat up, and we'll knock up our lovely snails. I'll just give you a quick close-up on today's result. The snails there. Yeah, so that should set me back nicely for an early dinner or a late lunch. And as you can see, the ocean's calmed down a lot since we were foraging. Tide's on the rise now, and we've got about an hour and a half of daylight left, so hopefully I can get this meal away before it gets too dark and I can head on home. Now let's plonk on some snails. So these are periwinkles. Alright, snails are coming along quite nicely. Yeah, so this is a very simple and effective way to cook these snails. A mate of mine showed me this a couple of years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. It's only been a few times since I've been foraging since then, but this method is awesome, because what it is so you see the snails are on their backs, and they're going to cook in their own juices. It'll keep them nice and moist as well, and retain all the flavours, and it also adds a smoky character to it being cooked on a barbecue. And it's sensational. It's such a lovely day to be out here. You can see how calm it is, and you would have seen in the earlier footage that there was quite a few waves washing on the rock platform, but rest assured, this platform I know really well, so I wasn't putting myself in any danger or risk. But you would have seen that I was had my eye on the ocean for most of the time as well. I never really turned my back on the ocean, and watched the waves before I went down to gather the snails. It's just a reminder for new players that come out to either rockfish or go on coastal sea ledges for some foraging. It's just to take care at all times, because safety is paramount, and the last thing you want is an accident to happen. And it may be your last accident too. So yeah, remember to take care. These snails couldn't cook quickly enough too, because I'm starving. Let's have another look. Okay, let's remove some of that water. So I put out my coals. The snails are done. Right. So the only condiment I brought from home to accompany these snails is my special tamarind sauce. Just put a dollop of that onto this board here and start eating. Let's have some sea lettuce as well. A nice bit of sea greens. That's cooked through. So also these snails, probably would have mentioned it in an earlier video, that there's a hard lip on top of the snail. Don't eat that, otherwise you will have a very expensive dentist bill. And with the snail, the fleshy meaty part is at the front here. This tail part is the guts and some of the poo. Depending on the area, some of the snail, this is edible too, but today I'm going to actually have it, because the snails from this area, the the taste of that is quite agreeable. Some of the areas where you go foraging, the snails, I don't know what they're eating, but the taste is, it can be quite bitter, but this one is quite lovely, so it's bring it for a close up there. Oh, that's sensational. Oh, sea lettuce is awesome as well. Let's have another one. So I mentioned that it's so moist because they cook in their own juices. We have a bit of a sea urchin as well. Let's take a little tongue out. So for those of you who've never had sea urchin, the best way to describe it is it's very similar texture with a slight oystery taste. It's much more rich and sweeter. And as for the snails, the best way to describe the texture is too, it is a bit chewy like abalone or possibly like an octopus, but the taste is very sweet and they're quite good for you as well. Get a chance, give it a go. Get out there, research some places to go foraging, and start your own. Okie dokie folks. So I'm glad I got out here today. Yeah, it's been just on a month since the last time I went out for a catch and cook. It feels good to be out today. The weather held out. It was quite rainy in the morning, but now the sun's out. Well, there's not much left of it. There's about another half an hour left of daylight before the sun sets, and it's been awesome. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And as for now, I'm just going to kick back, enjoy the rest of the snails, and head on home. And until the next video, bye for now.